Warning, the podcast you're about to hear has a unique conservative perspective and may be politically incorrect, containing some controversy in its message. This episode may speak out against liberalism, socialism, the dark state, and religious organizations. It is possible that evil in politics, education, law, society, and religion will be discussed and exposed. However, we believe this podcast adds truth and value to a mature, disenfranchised audience who may be tired of apostate religions and wicked world systems. Listeners who are easily offended, overly sensitive, or have progressive leanings sympathetic to the topics we expose should be forewarned not to listen any further. We thank both those who choose to listen as well as those who choose not to listen. You've been warned. And now, let us get on with the show.
Welcome, everyone, to Fakedom Friday. Fakedom Friday.
Fakedom Friday.
Fakedom.
Sounds like some kind of food.
Fakedom? Well, you're thinking of cakedom.
I'm thinking of food.
The kingdom of cake. This is fake. Fakedom. Not that we're fake. We're anything but fake. But we like to talk about the fakers out there.
Fakers.
That's why today's show is called Fake Fakers of Fakedom.
Say that a couple of times.
Fake Fakers of Fakedom. Fake Fakers of fake Fakers of Fakedom. I better be careful.
Uh-huh.
What date is it, Miss Capran?
Today is Friday, Freedom Friday, February 24th, 2017.
Oh, my goodness. And we got such a good show today, Miss Friday.
Yeah, and today's a very important day that has something to do with one of our stories. So I won't say anything now, but when it comes to it, I'll refer to that again.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to talk about this fake religious leader, this fake pope, this fake vicar of Christ. He's a vicar, all right, but he's a vicar of the Antichrist. Cheez-Its!
Yeah, there's a Cheez-Its.
He's a nut. This guy, every time he opens his... Has he said anything worth a damn? He's never says anything worth a damn. He's an idiot. He's now saying Muslim terrorism does not exist. You know why? Because he lives in a fake world of fakedom. He's a fake faker of fakedom. I haven't gotten going yet, and I'm already ramped up.
I know. Can you imagine what you'd be like at the end of this broadcast?
I'm going to try to hold myself down here. Then we're going to talk about the fake news site. It's a fake news site that believes in an alternative reality where Hillary Clinton is the president.
Oh, dear Lord.
I kid you not. You've got to hear this. And
These
then there's
people are so delusional.
They are. They're insane.
Mm-hmm.
They're satanically insane. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's witches that are against Trump and his Trump supporters. Mm-hmm. And they're doing incantations.
Yeah.
On Trump and on his supporters, which means everybody, except for them. Witches! The occult. And then we're going to talk about these campuses, these university campuses, who want students to turn other students in for harmful speech.
Yeah.
What does that sound like to you?
Well, it sounds stupid.
It sounds like Stasi. The Stasi. You know, in Germany. The Stasi, Germany.
Yep.
Where,
we saw a program on that.
Oh, yeah.
Long ago.
It was frightening. You've got to be real careful, what you said and who you say it to.
Well, and there's a lot of distrust with that.
Mm-hmm. Your neighbors would turn you in.
Fear. It's not good. No bueno.
No bueno. But campuses are encouraging this.
Mm-hmm.
And then in related stories, there's a university or multiple universities that ban whiteboards. You know, the whiteboards that you
write on and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, dry erasure board. They ban them because, well, people are using them to write words that are hurtful. Hurtful to snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
What would be bad enough if we were just kidding? But this is like what's really going on.
Yeah.
It's a fake world. It's fake fakers of fakedom. Everything's fake. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to talk about how the words "Make America Great Again" were written on a whiteboard at a university, and it was deemed racist. That's racist to make America great again. I don't.
Is that so ridiculous?
Yeah.
So
Pelosi.
ridiculous.
We're going to play a clip of Nancy Pelosi having a heart attack. Well, yeah. What do you call them? You call them TAs? When
Yeah, they're like small
mini strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I watched this video several times, and it looked to me like she looks like she's having a stroke. I know she's retarded anyway, but she can't talk. She doesn't know what she's talking
she says
about.
Stupid. I mean, really stupid things.
Yeah, that don't exist. Like Governor Kasich is the governor of Illinois.
Yeah.
Rather than Ohio. She calls Martin Luther Sing.
Yeah.
She's slurring her speech. She's either having a TA or she's drunk and high on ayahuasca.
Yeah, she does sound kind of
But
funny.
she's a Satanist. She's a Marxist. Mm-hmm. She's a fool. She sold herself out to Satan. So this is what you're going to reap in the human body. Mm-hmm. It's all the chickens
have come home to roost.
Exactly. Open the barn doors, folks. The chickens are coming home, and we'll only see the wicked perish with our eyes. We're not gonna. You're okay. If you're in Christ, you're okay. Mm-hmm. You're just gonna sit there and watch it, and just shake your head and go, "What?" It's amazing. And then if we get to it, we're going to talk about these actors who are really upset because they want to hide their age from the public. But the judges in California overruled them. Yes, they don't want you to know how old they are because, they're public figures, being in acting and everything. But we don't want you to know how old we are.
Well, because they say it's age description. They can't get jobs.
Yes. They can't get jobs. You're discriminating. Well, how about you just getting, old and your whole demonic lie of that you're going to live forever.
Uh-huh. They just don't want to face the fact that they're getting old.
And that the chickens are coming home. Is it chickens or roosters that come home? I forget.
I think it's... Well, now you've confused me.
I've never had either. I've never had chickens or roosters, so I really don't know if they come home. I know roosters roost, and hens probably nest. But it's irrelevant at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Kapow. Control me. If you will read truth... Because the rest of what we're going to talk about is about fakers of fakedom. So this is the only truth you're going to get.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read Psalm 55, 1 through 11, and then skip over to 15 through 23.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint and make a noise, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearlessness and trembling are upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, Oh, that I had wings like a dove! Oh, then I would fly away and be at rest. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness, Selah. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon I will pray, and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He has delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abides of old, Selah. Because they have no changes, therefore they fear not God. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee.
Amen. What's the references on those again?
It's Psalm 55, verses 1 through 11, 15, and 23 through 23.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to be right back. Miss Kapow, watch my taco until I return. Here we go. Hey, everyone. This is your brother Kapow speaking to you. Many of you already know that my beautiful co-host, wife, and I have authored numerous books together. 2 are available in paperback, as well as in Kindle download. They are titled Demons in My Marriage Bed, A True Story of Spiritual Warfare, and Eyes to See Unseen Enemies, Looking at the Neo-Pagan Church. We want to offer to our Kapow radio listeners a special $2 discount from the retail price of these 2 paperback books. Demons in My Marriage Bed is only $10.99. Eyes to See Unseen Enemies is only $8.99. This is how you can get your discount. Go to fifthhookmedia.com, FIFTHOOK media.com, and click on books, and then scroll down to select the book you want to get. Copy or write down the discount code for the book you want to buy, and click on the linked code to go directly to our Create Space website. Paste or type in the discount code at checkout. Voila, $2 off. Additionally, you can go to createspace.com, go to the search bar, use the drop-down menu to the left of the bar to search the store. Type in either title of the book you want, enter the discount code at checkout. Now, the codes are up front on both book pages. You can't miss them. We hope you take advantage of this offer, and please write us a review in Amazon. Share this information with others you think may like our material, and may our Lord and Savior richly bless all of you. Okay, we're back. I'm getting kind of sick of that commercial. I think it's going to go away here pretty soon. So get your books. Hey, the other thing is, in case you guys didn't listen to the Monday show, Christianity of Blasphemy, A Gnostic Lie, is available on paperback.
Yay.
That's right, on Amazon.com. All right, really cool. All right, so the poopster. Let's talk about the poopster.
Poopster.
The poopster. You know what he said?
No telling.
He said a fake thing. Because he's not the vicar of Christ. He's the vicar of Cheez-Its, Antichrist.
Mm-hmm. Amen, brother.
He says, hello, I'm the vicar of Cheez-Its, Antichrist. That was kind of a British Latin accent there.
Actually, I liked it.
Okay, thank you. In an impassioned address Friday, the Pope denied the existence of Islamic terrorism.
No.
But you know what? He did assert that was true and real. The ecological crisis. Global warming is real. That's right. But Islamic terrorism is not.
Okay.
Okay. This is coming from a guy or people who put him up as a world leader. He's obviously a liar and a fake. He's a fake. You get it? He's a faker living in fakedom. I mean, really, the whole thing, the whole satanic world is fake.
Yeah.
It's just a fakedom. It's amazing how fake it is. Christian terrorism does not exist, he says. Jewish terrorism does not exist. And Muslim terrorism does not exist.
Okay.
They do not exist, Francis said in his speech. And he was talking to a world meeting of populist movements. So he goes on, and he says, no people is criminal or drug trafficking or violent. Really?
Huh.
Because I spent years and years in law enforcement and working narcotics. I do think there's people that do drug trafficking. I do think there's criminals, and I do think there's some that are violent.
Yeah.
Poopster. Well, he said that while also suggesting he has, on other occasions, that terrorism is primarily a result of, here it is, economic inequalities rather than religious beliefs. Here's your Marxist poop right here.
Yep.
He's a Marxist. This is Marxism. It's a Marxist socialist ideology.
That's his agenda.
Exactly. He goes on, he says, the poor and the poorer people are accused of violence yet, without the equal opportunities. The different forms of aggression and conflict will find a fertile terrain for growth and will eventually explode. It's because you can't find jobs, you can't work, you're poor, and that's why that happens. But it's not because of the religion.
No.
Because he also reiterated his conviction that all religions promote peace. You understand that? They all promote peace.
Of course.
And that the danger of violent radicalization exists equally in all religions. When's the last time you've seen a Christian blow himself up at the market?
Yeah.
Or a Jewish guy?
I can't recall.
I can't recall last time I saw a hamaka flying through the air in a marketplace. There's no flying hamakas anywhere.
Nope.
But the Pope says there are fundamentalist and violent individuals in all people and religions. And with intolerant generalizations, they become stronger because they feed on hate and xenophobia.
Ah.
And he denied the existence of Islamic terrorism, but he did seem to condemn the denial of global warming. He says the ecological crisis is real. So let's ignore the guy that's yelling Allahu Akbar with a bomb on his back. And let's concentrate on the fake global warming.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because he's a fake faker and fakedom. He's also stupid. He's stupid. I mean, come on. How stupid can you be?
Yeah.
Okay, I love this story. This is a fake news site that lets liberals live in an alternate reality.
Oh, for the love of pizza.
and this alternate...
Is this in Mars? Is this in Mars?
No, it's right here on Earth. This alternate reality is where Hillary Clinton is president.
Oh,
I kid you not. Folks, this is from the Daily Caller. Yes. I'm going to play the clip for this.
Get over it already.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this.
Sad, huh?
We had to live with Obama for 8 years.
Yeah, I don't remember a fake reality where Obama didn't exist. I saw him.
Because had there been one.
No, I mean I couldn't get away from him. I saw him every morning. Yeah. Liberals seeking refuge from reality now have a fake news website where they can pretend to live in a world where Hillary Clinton is president.
Oh.
And they talk about her approval ratings being 89%.
And how the world is just so wonderful and peaceful.
Exactly. Some of the headlines are confused by fake news. Redditors think Trump is president. The DOJ considers charging Trump with treason. That's some of the headlines. She's the president.
See, just living a fantasy.
They also attack Ted Cruz. They said that Senator Ted Cruz went on Ellen, the Ellen Show, to confess that he, of course, killed Deputy White House Counsel Vince Foster in 1993. They're crazy.
They're insane.
It's crazy.
It's scary that these kind of people actually exist.
I know. So I'm going to play the clip so then you can kind of hear everything, and then we'll move on.
Liberals seeking refuge from reality now have a fake news website where they can pretend to live in a world where Hillary Clinton is president. Approval ratings for President Clinton hit 89%. Confused by fake news, Redditors think Trump is president. And DOJ considers charging Trump with treason. Are just a few of the headlines featured on HillaryBeatTrump.org, a satirical news site devoted to covering stories from an alternate universe where Hillary won last November's election. In the midst of a constitutional crisis, this is our response. The site's description reads, "Long live the true president, Hillary Rodham Clinton." The site's proprietors do not identify themselves online and did not return the DC's request for comment, but their articles suggest they have liberal leanings. The site's articles single out prominent Republicans like Texas Senator Ted Cruz and White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer for mockery. On Monday, Senator Ted Cruz went on Ellen to confess that he, of course, killed Deputy White House counsel Vince Foster in 1993, reads one recent article, which refers to Cruz as the Republican frontrunner to take on President Hillary Rodham Clinton in 2020.
All right. Is that amazing?
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. It's just insanity.
Yeah. How mentally disturbed do you have to be? Okay. Speaking of mentally disturbed people, who's this gal? She's a famous witch, Miss Kapow.
Mm-hmm. Sir Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey. I think she's a dude. I really do. I think she's a biological, transgendered.
Well, they say that she has a large gay following.
Yeah. It's a dude. Look at her hands. Her hands are huge like a dude, and then she has that middle finger. That how many percent of women actually have the bigger middle finger and the smaller index finger?
It's the ring finger.
Oh, the ring finger.
Yeah, for a man, the ring finger is longer than the index finger, and the woman has a longer index finger than a ring finger.
And there's a percentage of women that do have a longer.
Yeah, but it's very small.
But it's small. I forget what it is. I don't want to lie. I don't know if it's 3% or 5%, but there's a percentage. Just like the widow's peak in a male.
Yeah, it's 1%.
There's a percentage of
1%.
Men. Okay, men. But anyway, this Lana in the face looks like a female, but those hands, those are man hands. That's a dude. Even if it has a vagina, it's still a dude because it's a biological entity. It's a demonic biological entity. They're dudes. I'm telling you, this thing ain't real. It's a chimera. It's not real. Anyway, this is from Daily Mail, and it says double Donald's in trouble. Witches including Lana Del Rey will gather at midnight to cast a spell on President Trump and his supporters. And it
is this evening at midnight. It starts this evening where witches globally, plus this Lana chick, will do a, cast a spell. And they're going to do it coincide with the crescent moon, the waning crescent moon. So every month, like a March 26th would be the next one, February 24th, and so on throughout the year. And they said that the biggest magic night would be June 21st, which was the summer solstice. So that's the big one. But they're going to do it every month on the waning crescent moon.
They're just going to keep casting spells every
at
month
midnight.
Until he dies or whatever.
And then die. The thing is that they're wondering if her music will actually have the spell casting, stuff in it. And then on her website, she gives this, the actual spell casting formula, what you need to do and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Nice.
And other witches can also, comment on that and
join in.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, they're going to start protesting Trump on tonight at midnight. So those who are born again Christians, you know what prayers to pray. And they're going to cast a spell under the crescent moon. The purpose of the binding is to stop Trump from doing harm and banish him from office. What they're trying to do is kill him.
Yeah, but see, what they don't realize, though, is that when you do these kind of spell casting that's negative in such a way, these things come back to you.
Even the witches know that, right?
So I think she's probably novice at this. She's a former Catholic, by the way. And because you wouldn't be doing these kind of things.
No.
It's nothing to joke about,
Yeah, because the witches, the experienced ones know that the negativity comes back, like sevenfold on them. I think that's why she's trying to get around it by saying this is to bind Trump from doing harm and banish him from office. But it's actually not just doing that. They're actually binding him and change. The casting of the spell is is doing harm to him and to all his supporters.
Right.
And even witches know that that's going to come back and bite them. Yeah, these demons are just they're going to just boomerang on these people. It's going to be interesting to watch, maybe even fun from our seats to see what happens to them. Among the objects required to complete the spell are an unflattering photo of Trump. Now, that's going to be hard to find.
Exactly, because the man's perfect.
He's a handsome man. A tiny orange candle.
Aww.
That's just stupid. A tower tarot card, and bowls of water and salt. And then after you light the candle, and you have to carve his name on it, and then they begin to chant a written spell, and they call upon you, whoever you is, right? Mm-hmm. The demons, to bind Donald Trump so that he may fail utterly. Ain't that nice? They want all of America to fail. They want the president of the United States to fail. Not, hey, we're going to cast a spell so that he can succeed and we can all make money and live in debauchery like we do, but to fail. Mm-hmm. What kind of mental illness do you have?
And yet they spout love.
Yeah.
So I think her one of her record or her what do you call it? Names of her song is love.
Love. Well, that's a lot of love.
Part
of the
people are
spells,
retarded.
They're just idiots. Even God told Israel when they were taken captive by Babylon for public punishment for their rejection of God's commands. He told them, live in peace there. Live in harmony there. Don't, pray for the government there so that you may prosper. And when you prosper and increase, I'm going to bring you back out. Mm-hmm. God never said, No. Yeah, that's why he's a fallen angel. He's not very bright. I don't care if they call him a light bearer. He's not very bright. He's not bright. His followers are just dull. My goodness, right?
They just have hate and darkness in their heart.
Yeah,
and so they can't do anything but those things.
Well, the lyrics. So I think you're right about her song or something. The lyrics. The words take aim at Trump supporters also. They have the lines, bind them in chains, bind their tongues, and bind their works, bind their wickedness. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're using magic to banish Trump, right? So anybody can, she says, it's a dude, man. Look at those hands. Oh, my God, I'm looking at them right now. That is a dude with man hands.
Yeah, what happens to the Trump supporters that like her stuff?
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't think about that. It's not exclusive for witches only.
Oh, good.
It's Wiccans, shamans,
equal opportunity here.
Yes, Heremeticis.
What's that?
I don't know.
Marcos.
Cunning. Yeah, Marcos. What is
that?
Heremeticis. Cunning folk. I like that. Just cunning. I'm a cunning folk. Sorcerers, sorceresses, hoodooists, occultists, magicians, ceremonialists, and ritualists are also invited and urged to take part. It's a mass binding across the world, by the way. Not just here. Across the world.
It's global.
Yeah. And you just need a few household objects to do in this newly composed chant available online for all to see.
Oh, brother.
Yep. So that's what they're doing. And I guess once the first step is complete, then the of arranging your little altar, you position yourself in a pleasing position with a feather, a white candle, and an ashtray or a dish filled with sand. And then you do a prayer for protection.
No, see, they're not going to be protected because even the Word of God says that these people, they dig a hole and guess what? They fall in it themselves.
Yeah. That's
biblical right there.
Yeah.
Can't be doing nasty things like that.
No. This is a pretty nasty prayer. I'm reading it. Bind the supporters in chains, bind their tongues, bind their works, bind their wickedness. Sing the women and men who at this point are told to take the orange candle and light President Trump's photo on fire. Wow. So it goes through the whole thing.
But see, don't you think as a president, he should be able to, see this as a threat and these people be punished somehow?
Well, legally has to be a credible threat. In other words, if you have a gun or machine gun bombs, there's a credible, that you could carry out that threat. You have the means and the capability to do it. What they would look at this legally, of course, is that this is just magic mumbo jumbo and it's not a credible threat type of thing, even though it is. But legally, you couldn't see it that way. I mean, no court's going to hold these people accountable. Plus, I'm sure they're practicing under the freedom of their religion. That this great country gave them. All right.
All right.
So let's move on to these campuses that want
I'm
students.
so glad I'm not in school anymore.
Me neither.
I couldn't take this.
No. I wouldn't get the vaccination, so I could never get admitted anyway.
That's true.
Because we'd have to vaccinate you. I ain't doing that just to take math. Screw you! Hundreds of campuses encourage students to turn in fellow students for offensive speech.
Wow.
Yes. Universities are the cradle of free speech, Ms. Kapow. Right?
Not
Ideologies.
anymore.
No, not anymore. It used to be where ideologies, ideas clash, academics and activists can agree, disagree, or be disagreeable.
It used to be a free space where you can actually voice your opinion.
Yeah. And here in the United States, we used to have the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening with that?
Yes. It guarded against government surveillance and intrusion into free speech. Yet now.
And now?
Our campuses are encouraging students to report one another or their professors or speech protected by the First Amendment or even mere political disagreements. And they report them to, you're going to love this, bias response teams, BRTs.
I love a pizza.
Bias response teams.
Really?
Yep. And they'll review these often anonymous reports, typically include police officers, student conduct administrators, and public relations staff who scrutinize the speech of activists and academics.
Okay.
Yes. Is this Orwellian?
And you can trust this.
Yeah. Dude, this is Orwellian.
Wow. That's scary.
Bias response teams. This is Stasi Germany, man. Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh.
So true.
Wow. So let's play a little clip of these retards, which this little clip will say more than I can say. All right? You ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Universities are the cradle of free speech where ideologies and ideas clash. But Adam Steinbaugh at the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education finds that hundreds of campuses across the country encourage students to report one another or their professors for speech protected by the First Amendment or even mere political disagreements. The so-called bias response teams reviewing these reports typically include police officers, student conduct administrators, and public relations staff who scrutinize the speech of activists and academics. Over the past year, Steinbaugh surveyed more than 230 such reporting systems and asked dozens of schools for records about their bias response teams. What he found is that universities broadly define bias to include virtually any speech, protected or not, that subjectively offends someone. On many campuses, administrators are called upon to referee whether speech is polite. Students face serious instances of harassment, true threats, and other conduct that is not protected by the First Amendment, Steinbaugh writes. Yet in asking students to report any and all offensive speech, universities risk undermining their commitment to free discourse and debate.
3. We're back. Amazing. Amazing. That's why everything's fake. I mean, these are the same people that they're just, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lana, whatever her name is, could do
Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey can do. He can do spellbinding on indiscriminately on millions of people,
see?
and that's okay. But on campus, you can't say anything offensive.
No, because they'll start crying.
Yes. Oh, I love that term, snowflakes, because that's
what they are.
That's really what's going on, man. Okay. In related news, this is from the College Fix. University bans dorm room whiteboards to stop.
Oh, that makes me mad.
I know. And they do it to stop hurtful words. Hurtful, Miss Kapow. Hurtful.
Gee.
You know?
Then don't read it.
I'm surprised they didn't ban it because they're called whiteboards. and that's racist.
Well, that probably would come next.
Yeah. You can't call them blackboards because that'd be
colored
racist.
boards.
You can't call them brown boards because that'll be racist. I don't know what you call them.
Yellow boards. Those are the only people that really don't complain about that.
That's because they're not yellow. That's why.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know. Now, the orange people might. The Trump people. They're
green
all orange.
people.
Yeah. There's some orange alligators turning up. And so
I know.
Yeah, what's with the orange alligators?
I know. That's happened twice already.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Same thing with Venus. Venus is so bright, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. There's something going on.
We tell you about that.
Yeah, there's something going on. I mean, I do believe it's Venus in physical form. I don't think it's Nibiru or some other, asteroid or something. I do believe it's Venus in the night sky. And I think people have proven that astronomically.
Astronomically.
Thank you, Ms. Kapow. But that's why I'm not an astronomically. But I think there's a spiritual side to Venus being so close. I do think it's a sign in the heavens.
Yep.
I do. I think it's a sign in the sky, and a sign in the heavens. There's signs in the earth. You got orange alligators.
Yep.
Come on.
That's
not just America. There's signs everywhere.
It's global.
It's global. There's things everywhere. Students at Michigan State University will soon not be permitted to hang whiteboards on the outside of their dorm room doors. Never again. It's a new policy coming in. And it's an attempt to eliminate opportunities for students to write mean words and racial slurs.
Yeah, because they can't just write it on the wall now.
No. They can't take a black marker and write it on the door. Their utility as a communication tool no longer outweighed the attractive nuisance that they are. That's who Kat Cooper, she's the director of University Residential Thrift Communications, said. She also said, in any given month, there are several incidents like this, hurtful words. Those are in parentheses, so she won't even say what the hurtful words are. There was no one.
I can already see her what she looks like.
Oh yeah, there was no one incident that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's hurtful for camels because now you're saying camels have weak backs. And
that's very offensive to me.
It's offensive to camels and those who own camels.
And those who love them.
Those who love camels. And there's some people like Joel Osteen who looks like a camel. That's offensive. That's offensive. You ever see him eat an apple through a picket fence? I'm just saying. They should have a big fundraiser. Watch Joel eat this apple from a picket fence. They'll raise millions of dollars. I'd pay. I'd put $10 in that pot. I'd have that video on my phone. I'd play it over and over again. Look at Joel.
Whenever I'm sad, this is what I look at.
I watch Joel eat an apple through a picket fence. I love it. Sometimes these things are racial. Sometimes they're sexual in nature. There are all sorts of things that happen. Say, I'm the kind of guy that would write something on those whiteboards. I'm that guy. Anyway, the NAACP said that this was a victory. Yeah.
We should have known that they were involved in this somehow.
Yeah, somebody wrote something, a hurtful thing on a whiteboard, so it's a victory. Let's see. Many students think the policy is foolish. One guy says, although removing the whiteboards is not a major inconvenience, it is rare when students post offensive content on the boards. We're all adults.
Yeah.
Come on. I understand why they're doing it, but I know many people who use them on their doors, and it brightens up people's days. He said his friend utilizes his whiteboard to ask a question of the day, which brings the floor together and allows students to become more acquainted. I think they should find another way of handling the problem. It's just this overreach,
But see, it's demonic opportunity. They only need one opportunity for this kind of stuff.
They do. And just to take over and
to push their agenda.
Mm-hmm.
They look for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
I know.
So, in related news to that, from the College Fix once again, the slogan "Make America Great Again" was on a whiteboard message, and it was deemed a racial attack by the campus bias response team.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, of course, of course. You see? You see?
A series of messages left on dry erase whiteboards. This is at Skidmore College. During spring semester, said, "Make America Great Again." These were deemed racially motivated attacks. That determination was made by the school's bias response group. Wow. Their year-end report notes that the tagline of Republican presidential candidate Donald J. Trump was written on the whiteboards of two female faculty of color, one of whom was immigrant parentage. One message appeared in March and another in April. How is that racist? You don't even know if these two females, faculty people of color, support Trump. Mm-hmm. What the heck are you saying? That to assume that they don't is racist. Mm-hmm. You're putting them in a pigeonhole and saying because they're of color and because one of the parents are immigrants,
they possibly
yes. Be. They think and behave and move and breathe this way. That's bigoted. That's racism. It is.
I think your voice just went like 3 octaves higher.
It did. And oh, my goodness. The report concluded that while the group acknowledges that political speech is free and protected, these seemingly connected reports suggest a pattern of using the idea of political speech to target specific members of the Skidmore community with biased messaging. As such, the group does not interpret these messages as political speech, but as radicalized, targeted attacks. Oh, my
It'd be nice
Lord.
if that school just folded because people just stopped going to that stupid university.
Get your kids out of Skidmore. Anyway, do you want to graduate from Skidmore? Seriously.
I know.
You want to be known from that? You ever watch a dog take a poop and then it skids its butt? Yeah, it's got to reset its glands. You ever see that? When they skid? It's not a pretty sight. This is what it looks like at this college, folks. You got to get out. No, I'm not kidding. You got to leave. You can't be at Skidmore.
No.
Anyway, in April, after the so-called chalking kicked into high gear nationwide, multiple faculty door whiteboards at Skidmore were hit with "Make America Great Again." Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
I know.
It's just so upsetting.
According to Skidmore's website, a bias incident is an act of bigotry, harassment, or intimidation involving a member of the Skidmore community that a reasonable person, that's not you and I, or a Kapow listener, obviously, that a reasonable person would conclude is directed at a member or group within the Skidmore community based on race, color, ethnicity, nationality, etc. It doesn't say anything about political beliefs. It goes on to qualify that speech or expression that is constant with the principles of academic freedom does not constitute a bias incident. I don't know how "Make America Great Again" could possibly be linked to racism. But, we live in a fakedom, Ms. Kapow.
Yeah.
These are fake fakers. Are they not?
Yep.
Speaking of fake fakers, man, this chick, my goodness, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, I cannot stand her.
From Cuckoo, California. She is the epitome of a cuckoo Californian elected politician. Mm-hmm. Man. And I love her plastic surgery job on this old face. What the hell is this all about? Huh? She looks like one of those paper plates where your kid used to glue macaroni and cheese on it. Macaroni, and then you'd put it on your refrigerator. What the hell is that all about? Huh? Look at her face. Come on. No, really. No, I'm serious. It looks like it was on fire and somebody put it out with an ice pick. I mean, this woman.
Oh, that's terrible.
This woman, if it is a woman, I think it's a.
She was a beauty.
No!
Oh, yeah. In her early 20s or something.
I'd like to see that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Oh, man. You know
or
what?
the pocketbook.
Yeah, I body shamed her. Yeah, I body shamed her because she's an ugly person. She's ugly, so ugly inside that she's ugly on the outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
She's horrible.
Yeah, she's a very evil person.
And she has been. The whole thing, she's like the Pope. She's never said anything decent or done anything good. She's just a career politician. She's a hack. Mm-hmm. She is a hack.
She's a lawyer.
A lawyer. She breaks down. She repeats words. She tells an audience to clap. She says Kasich was the governor of Illinois. Now, John Kasich, here's the thing. He ran for president. He was the last man standing against Trump. Everybody knows he's from Ohio. She's a politician. She's not like she works in a car wash and doesn't pay attention to this.
Yeah, she's not one of Mike Dice's people.
Yeah, exactly.
Interviewees or something.
Yes. Yeah, on the pier of San Diego. She's a politician. She says he's from Illinois. She's not. She slurs the words. She says she calls Martin Luther King Sing. Martin Luther King. She's either drunk or having a TA. I don't know what, She's had an allergic reaction to the plastic surgery. I also watched this video numerous times, and as she talks, she keeps giving the Baphomet sign with her hands, and then she does the Namaste with her hands.
She is what she is.
She's a witch. Mm-hmm. They're a bunch of transgendered, biological, demonic entities, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And partly strong and partly weak, because in those last days, in that fourth kingdom, in the very last days of the fourth kingdom, they mixed their seed with men, but it doesn't adhere. Just like earthenware won't adhere to iron.
That's right.
And we're waiting for that fifth kingdom. Fifth Hook Media is about that fifth kingdom when it all comes down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mock these people. I mock them because they deserve to be mocked, because they're not human.
No.
I see right through them.
And that's what drives you crazy.
It does. During a Friday appearance before Families USA, I would love to go to that luncheon. Can I have
Make sure you eat first, okay?
Yeah. They're serving chewy chicken or chewy tri-tip steak with mashed potatoes and green beans. That's what they served at this lunch. You know it. Probably at the Marriott somewhere in California.
You and your chewy chicken.
Chewy chicken. You can see it. I can see it in my mind's eye. And there's a couple like stale, butter rolls.
Gross.
We get those big goblets of water and a big pitcher, and there's 6 of you at a table. You don't know these other idiots, and you're all looking at each other like, "Hey, that's great." You want some more water, and you're pouring water. All you want to do is get out and put a pencil in your eye.
My stomach.
I've been to 100 of these things.
Yeah, you have. Good night.
Thousands of them. Nancy Pelosi, during a appearance before Families USA, the activist group fighting the repeal of Obamacare. This is the worst legislation known to man. Mm-hmm. Known to man. It's a failure. It's a failure everywhere, and they're fighting the repeal of Obamacare. What the hell is wrong with you? Pelosi was seen repeating words, telling the audience when to clap, and mistakenly said John Kasich was the governor of Illinois.
A lot of those Dems are stupid. In fact, I don't know of one that is intelligent, because they were even making fun of Maxine Waters,
Oh, God, yeah. I've seen her.
Because she thinks Putin invaded Korea.
In her little alternate universe where Hillary's president, he probably did.
Oh, my
goodness. Pelosi began by thanking the person who introduced her for his, this is a quote, recanting of what happened at the time. Does that sound bizarre? Thank you for recanting what happened at the time. I mean, that's the language of an insane mental asylum nut bucket. Yeah. That's crazy. She recalled telling her fellow Democrats that the Affordable Care Act, or Bozo Care, was going to be a major achievement for government programs. And here's a quote, stand there with Social Security and Medicare and Medicare. Apparently she meant to say Medicaid. But she says Social Security, Medicare, and Medicare. I'll play the clip for you guys. I just got to read it first so that when you hear this bozo,
you didn't miss.
I'm not making this up. Yeah, and then she attempts to butter up the audience and heap praise on families. We could have done it without you. You couldn't have done it without you.
And they didn't know to clap.
They didn't know when to clap. Yeah, she had to tell them applause.
That's how stupid they are.
Well, they're eating butter rolls and chewy chicken at the Marriott. What do you think? They got a day off work, right? They got this cheesy room at the Marriott. They're going to see Nancy Pelosi. It costs their company like $400 a plate. Yeah, you see it. Oh yeah. After attendees didn't clap after she congratulated them for her work, she says, when I said we could not have done it without Families USA, that is an applause line for you. She added applause line after she said she looked forward to continue to work with the activist group. Clap, dang it, clap! I'm doing stuff here. I'm making points. Oh, this is deep. She says, by the way, do you know who the poorest people in America are? This is a quote, folks. Nancy Pelosi is going to tell you who the poorest people in America are. She says, infants and children. Infants and children, she said. The poorest people in America. Have you ever known a rich infant? Okay, let's just say an infant is what? 2 years on down. Born a multi-billionaire. Just got all this kind of money. Children. The children, 2 years up to what, 12? I don't know. Yeah, they usually don't have a lot of money. Their parents do. In many cases. But they're I don't know. But Nancy said that. They're the poorest people in America. Maybe she was just hedging her bets. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's like saying, the people in America who don't have cars? All the people in America don't have cars. This is sad. Infants and children do not have cars. Now, this is a horrible state that we're in. They should have cars. While Pelosi attempted to underscore her support for Medicaid, she says, don't take it from me. John Kasich, the governor of Illinois, said, thank God for Medicaid. She don't even know where this guy's from. He was a presidential candidate. He could have been her boss. She don't even know where he's from.
Oh, golly gee, that's so funny.
Oh, man. So, and then she said Martin Luther King, she called him Martin Luther Singh.
Yeah.
But you know what? These people there at this luncheon eating chicken.
They probably don't even realize she made those mistakes.
They didn't, and they gave her a standing ovation.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
of course they did.
Of course they did. Okay, I'm going to play this clip so you can hear it.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you very much, Ron, for your very, very generous recanting of what happened at the time. This is a historic opportunity for us, an opportunity of a generation, and we are not going to let it pass. Affordable Care Act will stand there with Social Security, with Medicare and Medicare. You take satisfaction in the role that Families USA played in all of this. We simply could not have done it without you. And we could not have done it without Barack Obama. When I called him that night to... And by the way, when I said we could not have done it without Families USA and without you, that is an applause line. For you. Frederick understood that. So, Frederick, good luck to you and congratulations to you. I look forward to continuing our work with Families USA under your leadership. Thank you and congratulate. Applause line. Medicaid is there for many poor children. Many poor children. And by the way, do you know who the poorest people in America are? Infants and children. Infants and children. The opioid epidemic and addiction and the rest, Medicaid is there. In fact, don't take it from me. John Kasich, the governor of Illinois, said, "Thank God for Medicaid." As Martin Luther King said, of all the inequality you've seen, the most damaging, and he used a different word, is the inequality of access to health care.
As Martin Luther King said.
She does sound like she's drunk.
He said something about equality. He used a different word, but I don't remember what it was, because what his speeches meant so much to me, people. So much to me that I don't remember quite what he said. But this Singh character said something about equality.
Good night.
That's, California just keeps electing over and over these...
Because they're all brain dead.
These mental retards. I mean, there's some very conservative parts of California. Southern California, a lot of it is.
Exactly. But the East Coast, East Coast, the North Coast is, they're just...
Well, San Francisco and Sacramento, and it's very liberal.
They're very liberal there.
And, there's the majority, apparently, because they keep winning these elections.
Yeah, just very few aren't.
The best governor we had was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was
he was
good.
a retardo.
He was so good. He kept saying, tax, 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 tax. All I do is tax, tax, tax. If I'm elected, there'll be no taxes. What did he do? He raised taxes.
Yep.
We lived out in the country where we had to have a fire service from Cal Fire, because we were out in the county area when we had our acreage. And, that idiot taxed us for Cal Fire. Now, we already pay California taxes, right? Mm-hmm. But because I had acreage, I had to pay $117 a year or something like that to go into their coffers more in case I had a fire. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though I paid California taxes. It's called Cal Fire. But this is from the governor that said, tax, 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 tax. What a liar.
They all lie.
What a liar. Banging his illegal housekeeper. And he was just he's a freak. He's a freak. Okay, you can't fix stupid, Miss Kapow. You ready?
All
Music,
right.
please. You can't fix stupid, Miss Kapow.
Exactly.
This is from, I don't know where it's from, Politico.com. This is amazing. Everybody, have you heard of IMDb?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where you go and you look up these movie stars and you see their bios, their
right. Mm-hmm.
their videos and movies they've done and who they are. It's where you go to get this info. Mm-hmm. Well, the Hollyweird types, they said that it's age discrimination. It's preventing them from getting work because IMDb was posting their ages. And so they filed a lawsuit saying, you can't publish our ages.
Yes.
Well, surprisingly enough, Cuckoo, California judge blocked it.
I know. I am surprised that they did that.
There has to be, other reasons behind it. Mm-hmm. But a federal judge, I'm sure Trump's going to be blamed for this. This is probably a federal judge that's pro-Trump or something. A federal judge has barred the state of California.
Well, actually, I think there was the judge that Obama elected.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he's an Obama judge. So it is kind of surprising.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Well, he barred the state of California for enforcing a new law limiting online publication of actors' ages. They don't want anybody to know how old they are.
Aww.
You know why, don't you? Because it goes back to the Garden of Eden. Hey, if you just eat of this stupid fruit, you're going to be smart. You can see how smart they are. Just listen to Pelosi.
Yeah.
This is the wisdom that the serpent gave. This is it. This is serpent wisdom. And, surely you won't die.
Exactly.
Surely you won't die. So they don't want people to know how age they are because they don't want people, hey, they're dying. They all die.
Yeah, and they don't want to be reminded.
Oh, come on. You see right through this stuff. Acting in a case brought by online movie information website IMDb, U.S. District Court Judge Vince, I don't even know his last name. It's like Koopa Chabra or something.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
He said that the California law likely violates the First Amendment. and appears poorly tailored to proponents' stated goal of preventing age discrimination in Hollywood. Because the government has presented nothing to suggest that the measure would actually combat age discrimination, much less that it's necessary to combat age discrimination. There is an exceedingly strong likelihood that IMDb will prevail in this lawsuit, he wrote. The judge expressed deep skepticism that the law, which he said appeared to apply only to IMDb, would have any effect on discrimination. Yeah, really. Because like a director who's going to hire this actor said, you know what, I was going to hire him because I thought he was 30. But then I went to IMDb and found out, hey, the dude's 38. He's much too old to play my transgender female friend.
Exactly.
So anyway, they lost, but you can't fix stupid. They tried to block by law anyone putting out their age. The judge rejected the state's argument that they actually got a law passed. That's what's amazing. But he said the law was a regulation of commercial speech, finding that IMDb was acting as a publisher and posting the birthday and age information online. The statute prevents IMDb from publishing factual information about the ages of people in the entertainment industry, right? They're not making this stuff up. On its website for public consumption. This is a restriction of non-commercial speech on the basis of content, the judge wrote. Wow. Is that something? The Screen Actors Guild, or SAG, which was the key force behind the legislation, said it regretted the decision, but it doesn't consider it a final word on the law. We are disappointed that the court has chosen to temporarily halt the state of California's legal efforts to fully protect its citizens from the employment discrimination. How does this discriminate against an actor?
I know. I don't know.
They just don't want people to know how old they are. They're vain, glorious, biological, demonic entities.
Yeah. They want to be eternal.
They're fake. Yeah, they want to be eternal. But we say you won't die. You say you won't die. You lying serpent. Of course you die. Freaks. You fakers of fakedom. I'm getting mad again. They said, we look forward to the upcoming opportunity to present evidence to the court of how this law will reduce or eliminate the age discrimination facilitated by IMDb.com. SAG General Counsel Duncan Crabtree Ireland said in a statement. I don't make that up. That's his name. Duncan Crabtree Ireland.
Alrighty then.
That's a good attorney right there. You're going to hire that guy.
Yeah.
They're going to hire that guy.
Because, he's been teased as a kid. So he knows how to
so
fight.
He's mad.
Yeah.
He's mad.
That's the kind of attorney you want.
And you're right. This judge was appointed by Barack Obozo.
Yeah, that's what's and that to me that's very suspicious then.
Well, maybe he's just doing his job and he says this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Who knows? All I know is that you can't fix stupid and this is stupid and you can't fix it. That's all I know.
That's the bottom line, right?
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
I have no more stories. I think I'm
finished for today.
Okay. You shall end it with a choo-choo.
Ciao, baby.
Good night.